Hello, it's week 9, day 2. We're going to click here. Yesterday, we found the missing hypotenuse and the missing leg on individual lessons. Today, we're going to see finding a mix-up of either one. Make sure that your name is up here in the right corner. This is IXL 8th grade R3. And so the same principles still apply. We're putting it in A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And so the first thing we always want to do is realize that across from the right angle, that one is going to be C. And so if that one's B, then this one has to be A. So we plug in those numbers. 24 squared plus B squared, because we don't know what it is yet, is equal to 51 squared. And so then we go to our calculator and we simply do 24 squared, comes out to be 576. B squared drops down. Then we need to find out what 51 squared is. It's 2601. Use our skills from equations. We're going to subtract 576 so we can get that B by itself on both sides of the equal sign. These are going to cancel. B squared drops down. It's equal to 2601 minus 576, which is 2025. Then we're going to find the square root of both sides so that we can figure out what just B is. The square root of B squared is B. The square root of 2025 is 45. And so we would simply type in that B is 45. In this problem, it looks like it has a missing A, so we're going to label them differently. Across from the right angle is always C. That means that this one has to be B. So A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And so we fill in we don't know what A is yet. We know that B is 45 squared, and C is 53 squared. And so the first thing we're going to do is square both numbers that we have that we know. So 45 squared is 2025. A squared and the plus sign will just drop down. So does the equal sign. Then we got to figure out what 53 squared is, which is 2809. And then we want to get A squared by itself, so we're going to subtract 2025 from both sides. Use our skills from equations. And so A squared is going to drop down. These are going to cancel. The equal sign drops down. 2809 minus 2025 is 784. Then we find the square root of A squared, which is A. And we find the square root of 784, which we'll do on the calculator, is 28. And so we would enter 28 for our side length. In this case, we've got a missing B again, so I'm going to skip over it because we want to do one that has a missing C. And so again, a missing B, again, Once you get to 80, it starts adding decimals. You do them the same way. It's just they have decimals in them. So let's see if we can find one that has a C, a missing C. So let's see. -49 minus 36. Okay, so if we're doing this one here, we would get, so it's got a missing, this one's C, this one's A, and so we would do 6 squared plus B squared is equal to 7 squared. And we would get, if we use a calculator, we'll find that this is 36. B squared just drops down. That would be 49. Subtract 36 on both sides. Those cancel. B squared is equal to 13. And then I want to find the square root of 13. And I'm going to see that it comes out to be 3.60. And it says round to the nearest tenth, so I look at this one. Because it's below 5, I leave it as 3.6. And so that's what I would type in there is 3.6. Again, this one has a missing B. You would solve it the same way as you do with a missing A or B. So I'm going to go through these real quickly so I can find one that has a C. Here's one that has a missing C. So again, I always label the smallest one A and the second biggest one B. So A squared plus B squared is equal to C squared. And then we plug our numbers in. So this would be 18 squared plus 80 squared is equal to C squared. Find out what 18 squared is, which is 324. Find out what 80 squared is, which is 6,400. Still equal to C squared. Add those together. 324 plus 6,400 is 6,724. Still equal to C squared. Then we're going to find the square root of both sides. I know the square root of C squared is simply C. And then I would type in square root 6724 on my calculator, and I would find it's equal to 82. If you have questions about any of these types of questions, feel free to email me. If you still don't understand, maybe we can set up a Zoom. I hope you have a good day.